What's up guys, macadii here, and today guys, week 4 of the Screw My Jar League, where I am up against Bob, aka Call Me 911, coach of the Cambuur Zygarden. Now if you're excited for this, don't forget to leave a like down below, I would really appreciate it. Honestly, this is a really important match. Like, we're both top in our division, if I remember rightly, both 3-0 and both undefeated, so it would be really nice if we could stay undefeated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through his team, run through the team I'm bringing, and then finally go into the battle itself. So he has got the potential to bring Cloyster, Fletchinder, Victreebel, Glaceon, Mega-Pinsir, like who gave a Mega-Pinsir, Bisharp, Sunflora, Aurorus, Accelgor, and Froslass. So it is a team that is, you know, weak to rocks and stuff like that, so it would be really nice to try and get those rocks up when I can. Cloyster is going to be very spooky. Mega-Pinsir is just a really spooky thing. I've got a few ways to try and beat it, but I know it's going to be punching holes in my team. Bisharp as well, that mon is scary. If it gets an SD up, it's kind of game. I don't have a huge amount that I can use to handle. Like, Slowbro is obviously very... might be able to take a hit if it's Colberberry or something like that, but even then it is going to be very scary. And he's got lots of blazing speed with the Accelgor as well. My fastest Pokemon is Ledian, so he doesn't have to invest too much in speed for either that or the Mega-Pinsir if he decides to bring those. So that is going to be very spooky. So what we're going to do is run through the team that I'm bringing. So this is the first one I'm bringing, is the Metagross. This is going to be a sweeper that's designed to come in on Mega-Pinsir, take a Earthquake. It takes about 30 to 35% from a normal Earthquake. That's the other thing, all my mons are grounded, so that makes it even more interesting. And I've got Rock Slide and Hammer Arm, which hits his whole team, either super effectively or relatively hard. Substitute there to allow me to get past the Bisharp Sucker Punch. And then finally, the Agility, which allows me to come in on the Mega-Pinsir, take the EQ, Agility up, outspeed, and then I can KO with a Rock Slide. And then I've got a +2 Metagross for him to have to try and deal with. I don't need any speed investment at all to outspeed his entire team. I'd much rather pump that into Bulk, where I can actually take that EQ. Next up, we've got Camera Ups. This is my switch into Bisharp, because I can take knockoffs, I can take Iron Heads, all that sort of thing. This guy OHKOs pretty much all of his team without any special attack investment. I found that actually is quite prevalent in a lot of teams. And Mega Camera Up's been doing pretty well so far, where it can take a hit, kill him on. If you want to switch out, it kills them on. So basically, it normally gets like 1 kill per game, at the very least, which is really nice. We've got Flamethrower and Ancient Power, which OHKOs his entire team. Stealth Rocks is good to get Stealth Rocks up. And as always, you don't need any more moves, so let's just pop Explosion on there just cause. So I've got a negative speed nature there just to allow the Explosion to do as much as possible. Max physically defensive. I can also take an EQ from the Mega-Pinsir as well, but not a +2. +2 Mega-Pinsir will be very scary. Then what we've got is a bulky Empoleon. This guy is a bit like the Camera Ups, where it can take any hit, and then it can KO back with any of these moves from here. So he should be really useful as well. We've got a Focus Sash, Omastar, which is going to be our Shell Smash sort of sweeper. Late game, he's not got a huge amount we can set up on the Fletchinder, and 1 or 2 other mons. He has got a few grass types, so I do need that speed boost. Unfortunately, I don't outspeed the Cloyster, which is a real pain, even at max speed, but I do need that max speed just to make sure I outspeed everything, including the Accelgor at +2. Next up, we got the Slowbro, which is my Colberberry set. I'm very scared of Bisharp, as I've said, so I decided this was the best set to go. The Colberberry and Hidden Power Fighting. I can take any hit from anything that's physically offensive, and I can start spreading T-Waves, get some speed control going, because as I said, my team is very slow, and obviously the slack off from there. And then finally, we've got the Combustion, which is a Focus Sash set, which should hopefully, as long as he doesn't get rocks up, should be able to sweep late game. I do have Defog on there, so hopefully that's going to be very useful. We do have to watch out because the Fletchinder's a big problem, so I might have to predict the switch on that or do something like that. So we'll just have to see. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the battle. Okay, so unfortunately, I have to do this post-com because I was unable to live record it because my brother was actually asleep in the other room. We had to do it relatively early in the morning just because my girlfriend was coming later on, and we were both very busy and stuff like that. So as you can see, he did bring Mega-Pinsir. He's got the Sunflora, which I must admit I was surprised to see. Potentially Sunsweeper there with Victreebel, which is very spooky. He's got the Accelgor there, which could lay some spikes and do shenanigans like that. The Fletchinder, and then finally the Cloyster. So I had to think about what my lead would be, and I decided, actually looking at it, Empoleon's my best lead, because I can take any hit from anything, and I can just OHKO back. If he wants to go out into Accelgor, I can drop rocks and all that sort of thing. I can take a Focus Blast. So he does lead off with the Accelgor, as I lead off with Empoleon. He goes for a layer of spikes as I just go for a school because I know I can 2-hit KO this guy, even with a good amount of HP investment. He does go for another set of spikes. I just want him out the way. It was hard to know whether to go for Defog there, especially with the Focus Blast going there. He does Mega Up, goes out into Mega-Pinsir, goes to the Earthquake. I am designed to take an Earthquake from an Animate set. Unfortunately, the Ice Beam does slightly fall short. That is that extra HP investment, I think, making a big difference there, as he does take me out with the Earthquake. So I go into Metagross here. I must admit, I was a little bit obvious with the berry coming out, but yeah, sorry, with me having the berry, he probably smelt a rat from there, but I am forced to go for the agility here. Now, this was a really key turn. I was unsure whether this would be like a Life Orb Earth Power set, and I needed the HP, so I thought, okay, maybe my best bet is just to go for the Rock Slide, get some damage off, and see what he wants to do, because I have that berry if I want to. I'm pretty confident from that range I should be able to handle the Mega-Pinsir and stuff like that if I get rocks up especially. So I decide to go for the Hammer Arm to get some damage off. Lose a little bit of speed, but I'm not too worried, and he goes for the Leech Seed. If I'd have subbed there, it would have been so good, but now what I've got to do is try and play around this stupid thing. So I do go into Combustion here as he goes to the sub, and you guys can work out what's going to be happening here. It's going to be trying to break this stupid Sunflora as he does go for the Leech Seed here. And I'm expecting possibly the Protect stuff. I can't even Baton Pass out because it's going to pass those Leech Seeds. At this point here, I really want to go for HP Rock, predicting the switch out into the Fletchinder. But the problem is, at this point, I was under so much pressure because if I didn't kill this guy, I would be in a serious amount of trouble. I do get some good damage off from the Fletchinder, but it does pop its Citrus. So Acrobatics could be coming through right now, which is very spooky for me. I do have the Slowbro. Unfortunately, he does go for U-turn, so Bob was really getting into my head at this point. Like, props to him, it was absolutely crazy. At this point, I'm expecting the Leech Seed, so I think best bet here, go for the T-Wave. At least then it really limits its potential, because if it gets a really key power, I can take it out. So I can switch out here, go into Metagross, and he does make the great prediction of going for another Leech Seed, but unfortunately does miss, as I'm able to get my sub up because of that. And obviously the Leech Seed does then miss. So now he's in a little bit of a spot of bother. Goes into Victreebel. I can go for that Rock Slide. That isn't a 2-hit KO, unfortunately. Does go for the Sunny Day here, which is interesting. Trying to get that sweep off, but luckily I'm able to kill it on this next turn as he does pop Thingamajiggy with my Weather Ball. I guess he's unable to touch me without the Weather Ball. So out comes the Mega-Pinsir, goes to the EQ. That's really unfortunate. And now at this point, I've not got a huge amount that could take a hit. And nothing that's going to just bait in that Sunflora again, because I'm going to be in a massive amount of trouble if I do that. So I'm forced to go into Mega Camera-Ups here, which is really unfortunate. I really want to try and get rocks up here, but I had to get damage off on this guy. So he does go for the EQ. That does so much, considering that's physically defensive. I go for the Ancient Power, mainly because mainly if the Fletchinder comes in. That was my main reasoning then. So out comes Fletchinder. He's able to revenge me, which is really unfortunate. Now, this is the point I was waiting for. I can go into Omastar here. I can set up and hopefully get a sweep going. But goes out into Sunflora here as I'm able to get the Shell Smash off, which is really nice for me. And I go for the Ice Beam here, take him out. And out comes Cloyster. Now, I was really hoping he wasn't Sash, but unfortunately he did reveal to be Sash, which is where not getting rocks up was really unfortunate for me, because if I'd have got rocks up, I'd have been in such a strong position, but I just didn't get that chance, unfortunately. Is able to go for the Surf here to take me out. I've got to go into Slowbro. Unfortunately, with the spikes damage and everything like that, he does end up just KOing me with that Hidden Power. I may have been able to switch out in retrospect and try to preserve that, but I need to actually calculate that. I haven't actually calculated that. I'll have a look after this battle and see, but there may have been a chance for me to win if I'd have switched out there, got Regenerator back, and then gone back out, but the amount of spikes damage and stuff like that doesn't look very likely. So I am forced to go into Combustion, and unfortunately, because of the Fletchinder, I will be going down here. But I also don't have Vacuum Wave on this. If I had Vacuum Wave, I might actually be in a position where I might have won. I don't think so though, but that was probably my only chance. I mean, we got like a crit on this guy. But yeah, so unfortunately we do lose this one, which is a real shame. But it was a really good battle, and Bob is a really great battler. And yeah, screw Mega-Pinsir as well. I don't know why Shroom decided to give him that, but I don't know. I really should have got it rocks up earlier, but it was just trying to find that point, and I was just forced to go into Mega Camera-Ups at that point. But anyway, hope you guys did enjoy. Don't worry, this does not mean we're out or anything like that. We are 3-1, which means us, I think we're still second in the division, so that's very good. We still got a really good chance of moving up to the playoffs and stuff like that, so watch this space. Also, on top of that as well, I will announce it now and I'll announce it later. Basically, what they've done is you're allowed to pick one of your Pokemon now to actually get a second veto. I don't know if you guys remember from the draft. And what that veto means is that you can actually get rid of that mon. You can add certain stipulations, like it can be the new mon can be resistant to this, or have a speed of this over 100, I think. And what's the other thing? There's one other one, but basically you can pick one or two of your mons and get rid of them. They can't be in the PU tier, and then you get a PU mon from that someone else has picked, but stuck using those stipulations. So what I've done is I got rid of Primplup, because Primplup wasn't really doing much for me, and there was a lot. I needed some speed on my team, so I got rid of him, asked for Pokemon with speed greater than 100, and Bob gave me Regigigas. So that plan was kind of foiled, but still, it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to give him a go and see how he performs. But I'll make the same announcement for the next video anyway. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you guys at the next one. Macadii out.